G'day there everyone, Daniel Anderson here. Now I was setting a few things up in my tenant the other day just to automate a few processes, and I thought it would make a good little teaching video. So what we're going to take a look at here is how we can integrate a couple of different services of Office 365 using Power Automate, just to automate a few things so that we don't have to waste time doing things individually. Now, for a lot of you, this may already be common knowledge, but I know there is a lot of people out there that just need to see things and learn in a different way, and it could spark some ideas and creativity in what they're doing in their job role or function, and this could be one of those. So what we're going to do is I've got a simple Microsoft form that I've got set up. We're going to use Power Automate to get the responses of that form, and then post a message into Teams, create a task in To Do, and then also add that to a Microsoft list where I can then track the responses in a list. So fairly simple and common requirement that a lot of people have. So hopefully this teaches you how to do that, and that you can take this away and maybe implement that in a process that you have in your role. So let's kick things off. Now, first thing we're going to take a look at is the form itself. Now, it's a really simple form. It's a form I use in combination with my creator coin called the Loop coin. So if you haven't got a Loop coin, you can, and I will share the link to fill this form out, and you can pop your wallet address in and I will send you a free Loop coin. But what I do is I get people to fill this form out, and I need to be notified, and I need to use this information to be able to send a free coin to that person's Sol wallet. So all it is, first name, surname, email address, and the public Solana wallet address. Now, when this form is submitted, what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to get the response. We're going to post it to a Teams channel, and then we'll extend on that flow. So I'll jump into Power Automate here, and we'll go through the process of creating the flow. So it's going to be an automated cloud flow, like so. And let's give it a name first. Let's go free Loop coin submission. And there's already one here as a trigger. So when a new response is submitted, let's use that as the trigger, and it's going to build and start that for us. The first thing we need to do is pick the form that we want to get the response or get the submissions from, which is this free Loop coin form. We then need to add another step, and it is a form. So if you just type in forms, we'll bring up the actions for Microsoft Forms here. And we've got this action here called Get Response Details. So from this action, we need to pass in the form ID, again, selecting the free Loop coin form. And we want to get the response ID, so the individual response when it's submitted. So we've got that in place. Now, the next step, or the first step after we've got these responses, is that I want to post a message into a Teams channel. So I've got a specific channel here in a team, the Loop team, and I'm just going to use the general channel. So here, let's add a new step and a new action. So we'll just go and search for Teams. There's Teams, and we've got all the Teams actions. Now you can see that there's a lot of actions that we've got with Microsoft Teams, but I'm just going to use a simple action here to post a message in a chat or a channel. So we'll select this one here. Now we've got the option who to post this as, whether it's the Flowbot, whether it's a Power Virtual Agent, and you can see that's in preview, or the user the connection is made from. So we're going to use user, and we're then going to post that to a channel. And I'm now going to be asked to select the team. So I'm going to choose the Loop team, and you can see the other teams are listed there as well. And then we're going to pass in the channel, and it's just going to be the general channel. Let's give it a subject. Let's go new Loop coin submission. And we'll then go through and add the information or the details, the dynamic details from that form submission. So let's go name, let's go email, let's go Sol address, And then what we can do is use the responses. So you can see down here, the dynamic data, we're getting the response details here. So we'll go first name, space, surname, we'll then go email address, and then we'll pop in the Sol wallet address. So there we go. The first thing, we're going to post a message to that channel. Now, the next thing that we want to do as well, although this is going to post it into there, I want to add a task in Microsoft To Do for me to follow up on. Okay, because I use To Do, I check it, it's a habit, I use it every day just to track things and make sure I stay on top of things. So we're going to add a task in there. I've got a list inside of Microsoft To Do called In Tray. So let's add another new step and let's search for To Do. And we'll select that there, and we can see all the actions that this Microsoft To Do connector gives us. So the first one here is the one we want to use. We want to go add a to do. So we'll click add a to do. We then can choose from our lists that we've got in Microsoft To Do. And you can see here, I've got an in tray. Now I use this in tray just to add everything there, and I regularly go through that and associate or move things around to different lists if I need to. So we'll go in tray, we'll give it a title. So let's go send loop coin to. And then what we'll do is, again, we'll use the responses from the form, and let's just add in the first name here. We could give it a due date and a reminder date as well if we wanted to, and we can use a little formula if we wanted to set it in the future and all that sort of stuff. But just for the purposes of this little video, we will just leave those blank. We'll set up an importance of high. We'll set a status as not started. And here we can then build out our body content, similar as we did before with the Teams message. So let's go name, let's go email, and let's go Sol address. And again, using the dynamic data that we've got from the form, and you'll see here that we can actually search through this dynamic data as well. So if we want to go first name, space, and then we can go surname, and then we'll pop down to email and go email address, and then we'll enter the Sol address like so. So we've now got two steps or two actions. We're posting to Teams, and we're also adding a to do. Now the last step in this process is that I'm using a Microsoft list here so that I can track who I have and have not sent a coin to. So the last thing we're going to add here is a new step, and we'll go create item, and it is a SharePoint item that we want to create. So let's have a look here, and we can see all the actions that the SharePoint connector gives us, and we've got this one here called create item. Here we need to pass in the site address. We need the list name as well. All right. Now, because this list is a personal list, it is located in my OneDrive. All right. So what we can do here is copy the URL of my OneDrive location and then pop back into Power Automate. And you can see here that we don't have my OneDrive listed as a site. So what we need to do here is go enter custom value, and we can now paste the site address in there. And then in the list name, it's going to read all of my personal lists here. And you can see that I've got the loop coin there. So here we've got the list name, and now we've got all the fields in there as well. So you can see in this list, we've got title, first name, surname, email, Sol address, and coin sent. And that directly reflects here in this card. So title, we're going to use first name, last name. So we're going to combine that. First name, and then go surname. And then we'll just add first name in there, and then we can go surname in here. We'll then pop the email address in as well. And then the last thing we're going to do is add the Sol wallet address. All right, so our flow has now been built out. When a new form response is submitted, we're getting the details of that response. We're then posting a message into a channel. We're then adding a Microsoft To Do task, and then we're also creating a new SharePoint list item. So let's now save that, and let's give this a test. So we can see it's ready to go, and I'll jump over to the form. So what we can see here is, let's go like so, and pop in my email address, and then let's just put in my Sol wallet address, and we'll hit submit. So we can see there that that's been submitted. Let's jump back into Power Automate, and let's just jump back into the flow, and we can see here that we've got this this run history, and there's the one that I have just submitted. We can see that it succeeded. Let's have a look at what the outcome was. So we'll jump back into Microsoft Teams first. We're in the general channel of the Loop team, and you can see here, there's the form being submitted. I've got the details, I've got the title and all the details of that form submission. If we then jump into Microsoft To Do, let's jump into InTray, and you can see here that I've got this task that's been added, and there's the details there, and we've got everything good to go. When I curate this InTray, I can then take the appropriate action. Now into Microsoft Lists. There's the list item that's just come into the Microsoft list as well. All right, so default setting of coin sent, no. I've got all the details and I'm ready to go to send that off. I can then double click this and I can change that. Once I have sent that across, I can change that to sent, and I'm now keeping track of everything that I need to in there as well. All right, so just a nice little teaching moment there. Hopefully that brings you some value, and it starts to spark some ideas on how you could use Power Automate and combine that with a number of different processes that could all come together. And you can see that I don't need to visit multiple different places. I can just create that little flow. It's taken 6 or 7 minutes to put that together, and I've just made saved some time by doing all of that. So there we have it. Thanks for watching. Now this will be fully transcribed and uploaded into the membership site and the membership area. So if you do hold Loop coin in your wallet, you will have access, and you will get access to that membership area, where I will be uploading and storing all of my training material that'll be fully transcribed and searchable as well. So there we have it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.